He tore the waitress's dress, laughing in front of everyone. But what she didn't know was that this waitress was the millionaire owner's wife, and what happened next would change everything. Tonight, inside one of the city's most luxurious restaurants, the Golden Leaf, a story unfolded that no one would ever forget. Naomi had worked here for years. She wasn't just staff, she loved this place, pouring her heart into every smile and every conversation. She was known for her kindness, her grace, and her incredible patience. But tonight, she would meet a woman who believed money made her superior. Across the room sat Mrs. Peterson, adorned in pearls and a designer dress that screamed wealth. As Naomi approached her table with a warm smile, Mrs. Peterson's own smile vanished. "You?" she said, her voice dripping with disdain. "I asked for service, not this." Naomi, ever the professional, kept her composure. "Of course, ma'am. What would you like to order?" she asked gently. "Someone else," Mrs. Peterson snapped back. The air grew thick with tension. The gentle piano music that filled the restaurant suddenly felt strained. Naomi tried to move on, but the insults had just begun. As she served the table, Mrs. Peterson whispered loudly to her friend, making sure Naomi could hear every word. "They'll hire anyone these days, even her." Naomi forced a polite smile, her heart pounding in her chest. She'd faced judgment before, but never like this, so openly, in front of a room full of people. Trying to de-escalate, Naomi asked softly, "Would you like sparkling or still water?" "Neither," Mrs. Peterson retorted. "I don't drink from people like you." A hush fell over the nearby tables. Guests looked on, uneasy. The manager watched from a distance, unsure how to intervene without causing a bigger scene. You could see Naomi's hands tremble slightly as she held a water glass, the reflection of the chandeliers dancing on its surface. And then, the unthinkable happened. Mrs. Peterson suddenly stood up. With a vicious tug, she grabbed the fabric of Naomi's uniform and tore it, the sound ripping through the quiet restaurant like a thunderclap. Gasps echoed around the room, followed by the clinking of silverware as forks dropped onto plates. Naomi froze. She clutched the torn fabric against her body, her face a mask of shock. But she didn't cry. She didn't scream. In that moment, as the world stopped and all eyes were on her, she just stared back, calm, dignified, and unbroken. And with a quiet strength that silenced the room, she said softly, "You'll regret that." Mrs. Peterson just smirked, thinking she had won. Cell phones were already out, recording the aftermath. She had no idea how right Naomi was. Just then, the main doors of the restaurant swung open. A man in a tailored navy suit strode in, his eyes scanning the room until they landed on Naomi. It was Michael Carter, her husband, and the co-owner of the Golden Leaf. He rushed to her side. "Naomi, what happened?" he asked, his voice filled with concern. Mrs. Peterson, still puffed up with arrogance, crossed her arms. "You should train your staff better," she sneered at him. Michael looked from his wife's torn dress to the smug woman before him. His expression hardened. "She's not staff," he said, his voice ringing with authority. "She's the owner's wife. My wife." A collective gasp rippled through the restaurant. The woman who had tried to humiliate Naomi had just insulted the owner's wife in front of everyone. Mrs. Peterson's face drained of all color. "You just assaulted her," Michael continued, his voice cold as ice. "On camera. Security will handle this." The video spread like wildfire overnight. Headlines flashed across news sites. "Racist socialite humiliates waitress, then karma hits back." The internet erupted with support for Naomi. People from all over the world were moved by her grace under pressure. In an interview clip that went viral, Naomi calmly told a reporter, "Hate doesn't define who you are. Your response to it does." The consequences for Mrs. Peterson were swift and severe. The backlash was immense. The charity board she sat on removed her. Her social standing evaporated. She lost her reputation, her influence, and many of her so-called friends. But while Mrs. Peterson lost everything, Naomi gained something far greater: respect and a new purpose. She went on to launch a foundation dedicated to training and empowering young women of color in the hospitality industry. "I don't need revenge," she said at the launch. "Success is the best answer to hate." This story isn't just about racism. It's about dignity, strength, and the incredible power of grace. Because the waitress you look down on might just own the entire restaurant. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please subscribe for more powerful true stories that remind us of the importance of kindness and respect.